Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Serbs. Back in the motherfucking place to be, La Merca Superior. I gotta adjust the mic. I don't know why I should adjust the mic right now, because fucking I should have had this shit on lock already. But what's good with y'all? What's good, peoples? What's going on? Happy Monday to everybody. A new week, a new start to the week is here. I hope everybody get their shit together. Hopefully everybody did something productive over the weekend instead of fucking smoking booth, drinking, and fucking having threesomes with fucking, you know, your neighbor's wife or whatever it is. You dig what I'm saying? But over the weekend, it was Pokemon Community Day. So I went to the mall yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I played Pokemon. While I was over there, I was eating at the food court, and one of these, like, they call them trainers in the game. So one of the Pokemon trainer friends that I have, he was there with his family. And it's funny when, like, how some people, I don't know what it is, like, with society, but some people really can't handle being, like, with other people that they know and shit. So it was just, like, really funny seeing him there. And me, I'm the kind of person like, hey, how's it going? Unless you're like, I feel like you have weird energy, then I'm just kind of gonna look at you and be like, what the fuck? You know, it's just gonna be like some weird energy if like I feel if like the energy's already up in the air, you know what I mean? But this dude, like, he's cool, you know what I mean? So, but like he was just kind of being like, oh, like this guy, like, and I don't really like that. I don't really like people who have fucking weird energy like that. Like, when did that become a thing where people just don't want to be around each other? People don't want to say hi anymore in the street. People just want to fucking keep to themselves, and that's fine, but I mean, it just makes you look fucking weird to me. I'm over here trying to be kind of cordial and friendly, and you just want to be like, oh, like, it's fucking stupid as fuck to me. So I just seen this dude. I'm like, yo, what's up, Nesto? Like, how you been? Fucking, what's good? And he's like, oh, are you playing Pokemon? I'm like, yeah. Like, what the fuck else would I be here? And he's like, just being like really awkward. I thought he was there alone, but you know, this dude, he's like a beta male. His girl like fucking runs their relationship. I could tell, you know, only meeting him a few fucking times, but he's like, you know, his wife runs their whole family or whatever, and that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. It's just like I could see it in his face, like, oh, like my wife runs this shit. Like, you know, he's giving me that energy. Like I'm not the male in this relationship. So I didn't really say hi to his family. I just said what's up to him, and I was already done eating, so I just got up and left. Like I don't feel like being like, hey, how's it going, guys? Like, you know, I really didn't want to be all fake like that. I'm just like, okay, well, I already know his wife doesn't like that he plays Pokemon and shit, and like, you know, when I get that energy from females like that, I just don't even really like bother. I'm just like, okay, well, fucking lunchtime is over, bro. I gotta get up and leave. But I could tell like his son plays like we play Pokemon too, and like his fuck. Now this is a dude I don't really play that much Pokemon with. This kind of like he fucking, you know, he's around, and if I say what's up to him, I say what's up, and we kick it for a little bit. but not really anymore. And his son, I could see it in his face, like, oh man, fucking this dude. Like, I see this dude everywhere and shit. And it's like, yeah, I'm big fucking Serbs. You're gonna see me around. This is the old town is my playground. You feel me? The old town is my playground. Anywhere in Ontario, you might find me. I'm like, where's Waldo? I might be there, I might not be there, but I'll be there. You know what I mean? Whether you know it or not. So that was cool. You know, just being off-putting energy around them. So I ended up leaving and grinding it out. I come home. I watch a few episodes of the Boys. You know, the Boys I never really got into. I know it's already an old show, but I started watching it for the first time, and it's really dope, man. I really like this. Like, it's about superheroes that aren't really that super. Like, they're very, very normal people. They just happen to have superpowers. And it's been done before. Like, I think there was a movie that was about, like, the same thing. Superheroes that just do, like, dumb shit. As anyone would if they have superpowers and they fucking fly around in fucking tidy whities and capes and shit. So, I was watching it. Presley, get over here. Buddy, you're fucking up the podcast. Buddy, you're going to get on the podcast since I mentioned you? That's it. You fucked up, homie. Look at him. Look at my dog. He's ready to go. Presley, say what's up to the people. Buddy, look at you. He's like, fuck you guys. Fuck this. I want to go outside. We'll leave in a little bit, buddy. All right? Just stay right there and be your normal, beautiful self, okay? Okay, Winston? Don't lick yourself while I'm doing this shit either. So anyway, The Boys. The Boys is a dope show. I mean, if you've seen it or not, you already know what it is. It's about superheroes. They kind of have like a Batman, a Wonder Woman, a Aquaman, Superman, like their own versions of them. Like kind of like a more like younger Wonder Woman, kind of like either like one of the new character that goes in like in the first episode. To me, she kind of reminds me of like maybe like Starfire or like a better Wonder Woman, because there's like an evil Wonder Woman, which I think is like more prevalent in the little group like fake Justice League that they have. But it's really dope because it's about these superheroes that do crazy shit. Oh, and they have like a version of the Flash in there too. Probably like one of my least favorite characters, but like he really portrays like a scumbag. Like he's a fucking, like these are not cool people. Like if these were real superheroes, I'd be like, man, fuck these people. You know what I mean? Superhero my fucking ass, bro. You know what I mean? Pause. But it's just really dope. There's the superheroes and there's the Boys. The Boys is these group of dudes that are trying to take them down by any means necessary. And it's really interesting because it makes you think like this shit might be real. Like this shit is probably like fake on some level, but it's on some real shit. Like this could be real. Like it could really happen if there were superheroes around. So I'm like literally on like watching the last episode of The Boys. So that was cool. I did that Sunday, Saturday. I was just kicking it with my pops. You know what I mean? We don't really have like all the time to kick it. So Saturday was just a real cool time we spent together just watching TV and shit. Fucking tired over here. So yeah, me and my dad were just watching TV. Really cool to just hang out with my pop and not do shit like we would do back in the day. He would fry up some Popeyes when I was a kid. We would watch the Goofy movie and shit, and we would just have Popeyes, and he would cook ham and eggs. That was always my favorite shit, Popeyes, ham and eggs. Woo! That was a fire-ass breakfast, bro. I might cook that again with some fegs, bro, because I can't. I'm lactose now, which is crazy to me. But somehow I do be eating cheese here and there and dairy, but it's all good because I'll sandwich it with like breads and meats and grains and shit. That was the weekend. And just a couple of things that were on my mind, man. I don't know where the fuck I was. I think I was out and about. and I see this dude in some like fucking tight ass spandex shorts or something like that. And I really hate dudes that wear leggings or fucking short shorts, or like, you look like a fucking little fucking fairy, bro. Like, you look like you wearing your sister's fucking clothes, bro. And that shit creeps me the fuck out. It really does. Anytime I see a man with some feminine shit on, I feel like you in the closet. Or if you're not in the closet, you should just like fucking wear makeup while you're at it and paint your nails and just go full fucking transgender on motherfuckers, because that shit is like really wild to me, how people are out here looking like the other, like dudes want to act like girls and girls want to act like dudes. So I don't know where that came from. I just know that it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. I feel like we're at a age, we're at this, society is at this point where I feel like I gotta fucking sneeze. God damn it. Fuck. There's shit in the air. Society is at this point where it's cool to be some sort of fucking little girl, even though you're a grown ass man. It's cool to dress like a little boy, even though you're a grown ass girl. And I've always fucked with tomboys. I ain't got no problems with tomboys, but I just feel like it's really weird. It's really kind of, it baffles me, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are people doing wearing dresses, and they're dudes, girls, girls could get away with it. I mean, like, I feel like girls really pioneered the whole movement of cross-dressing, because girls, you know, they would wear snapbacks, fucking, like, you know, just real masculine type things, and that's cool. But like, when dudes start, you know, with the trend, I feel like it's really awkward. It's really not something that you should be proud of. It's something that I feel like we're going backwards on, because I don't know what it is. I really don't understand why dudes feel like they gotta dress like women, look like women, act like bitches, and all that shit. Dudes are doing OnlyFans. Women are doing OnlyFans. All the dudes are taking the OnlyFans money away from girls, all the subscriptions, perks, and shit. I don't know what's going on, but I've been listening to System's first album. You know what I mean? System of a Down. They have like their first self-titled album, which doesn't at all sound like Toxicity, their second album, but it's a great album. I don't know if you guys are in. Before I was into rap, believe it or not, I was into rock music, rock and roll, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, System of a Down, Sublime. And whenever I get tired of rap, which happens from time to time, I'll go listen to some rock music. Rage Against the Machine, another great band. Who else? Who the fuck else was I into? That's pretty much it. I wasn't that too deep hit a rock and roll music. But anyway, as I'm listening to System's first album, I'm like, wow, this is really different. It sounds more punk. It sounds more in your face, and it's a lot more like screaming in the first album. And I really love that, man. I really love when new artists take chances, because that's like, you know, with the culture needs to change. The culture banks on experimentation and just the changing of the genres of music. So there's tracks like No, that's one of my favorite songs. I mean, of course, Sugar and Spiders were like the lead singles of the album, but to me, I like No. You'll never think you know, dun, you'll never think you know. And like, he's screaming on that shit. I really love when Serge screams on that shit, because he like has like a guttural, you know, really like distinct scream that like if you ever hear him scream, you'd be like, oh, that's Serge. Like, that's the lead singer of fucking System of a Down, because it's just, he has his own unique way of doing it. And I can't remember some of the other songs off the top of my head, because I just have the CD going in the car while I'm out and about. And I'm fucking bumping that shit like a Biggie album. You know what I mean? It's just my cup of fucking lemonade. And I heard that the album was they didn't, like, Rick Rubin worked on it, but they didn't know if it was gonna do anything. They didn't know if it was gonna sell records. They didn't even think really like what it was gonna do. But that shit ended up being like a commercial hit, and it topped the billboards or whatever. Like, it did really well. You know, Toxicity took them over the moon, but you know, fucking the first album like took them on their way there. So I think it's crazy when artists, they come out and no one, like, it's like a fucking cannon, you know, like it just goes off and nobody knows, because, you know, they were an underground LA band at the time, you know, in the mid late 90s or whenever they came around. And no one sounded like System. Nobody was putting like the experimental punk Armenian styles like that they were doing, but it turned out to be a hit, and they have like global fan bases like a global fan base that is just crazy to me. So shout out to them. Shout out to System of a Down. I've been on my critical binge, you know, Penguin Zero on YouTube. It's really crazy because I remember when Black Ops came out, he came out with like a tips and tricks Black Ops video, and like that's how I knew him from. And it was crazy seeing him get like 1 million views then, like getting almost like millions of views around 2012 or like 2000, yeah, like 12, because I think Black Ops came out in November of 2011, so 2012 is like when I caught wind of it. And it's really, really dope to me. Like, he's one of the few YouTubers that came out like first generation YouTuber. Like 2007, his channel came out, bro. What channel is doing millions of views now that was out in 2007? Not many of them, bro. It's really crazy. So I got to shout out Critical. I've been watching all his Moist Meters where he reviews games and movies and shows. Just like everything. I know he has a podcast. I mean, that's not very entertaining to me. Like, Critical is a really dope dude that, like, I'm not really friends with too many white people. You gotta understand, I grew up around Chicanos. I was around the Mexican culture from a very young child. I wasn't even in social circles around white people until I was in school. One of the whitest schools, elementary schools in West Covina. Or I guess it's considered Covina. No, is it West? It's West Covina, yeah, because there's other schools in Covina and West Covina. So I wasn't around white people unless I was in school. So for me to like really binge watch this dude's videos and stuff like that, it's really crazy to me because he has like a really monotone delivery and he has like very sarcastic humor, which is like right up my alley. Like, I just really love when you could give really great sarcastic humor. That's like right up my alley, and you make a right, you know what I mean? That's just really dope. So I encourage everybody to go check out Critical's channel because I like his shit. I think he's very entertaining. A lot of people may feel like, oh, well, like, what is this dude even talking? Like, how is this dude funny? But like, after a few videos and episodes of his Moist Meters, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, you understand where his humor is, and it's just really dope. Like, I wish he would do stand-up just so I could, like, you know, get more of like his comedic like entertainment, because I just love comedy like that, you know what I mean? Felix Gallardo was released out of prison. I think he did 33 years, so 22 plus 9. So he was in prison from 91 until now. Is that what it is? If it's 33? Right? No. He was in there from 89. Yeah, 89. He was locked up in prison. That's a long ass time, bro. He's like missing an eye, a kidney, or some ribs or something like that. His hearing's gone. I mean, you know, that's cool that they released him and shit, but that's crazy, bro. Literally, like, the jefes, like, when they say the boss of bosses, that was this dude, Felix Gallardo. If you don't know, he was the head of the Guadalajara cartel, which was the first cartel that formed in Mexico back in the, was it like early 80s, something like that? Around like 80, like, was when it came out. And once the Guadalajara cartel splintered off, then it was all these cartels: Jalisco cartel, Sinaloa cartel. Sinaloa isn't Jalisco, but there's so many cartels that are like from the same city or state, and it's just different. So there's so many cartels now, but he was the head of the original one, and he was released in prison. I mean, what is he gonna do? Fucking send some packages off fucking to, Europe or whatever? Like, this dude, he has no power, he has no nothing, bro. Like, no influence over anything. And like all the new age generation kids are running with the ball that he pretty much got rolling. And it's really sad, you know what I mean? I guess you could say he started the beginnings of corruption due to like narcotics and things of that nature in Mexico. But really it's the system, you know what I mean? The way they could have went after him could have gone a whole like 101 different ways. But the one way they did it just so happens to have Mexico as one of the corrupt places in the world, and have the US as like the heroes of like the drug war. America loves being the hero, the world's bigger brother. If America could find a way to make it look like they saved some shit and just give collateral damage to everybody else, they'll do it. Because America don't give a fuck about no Mexicans, Indians, about nobody else but themselves. Salvadorians, it don't matter. So shout out to Felix Gallardo. Hopefully, you rest easy and fucking, you repent and all that good shit for your whatever you did, allegedly. Special Forces has been out for a minute. That's the album I did with the Jamma. I didn't make this album for views. I didn't make this album for money. I made this album because this is art to me. You know what I mean? This isn't like I really like when people, they hype me up like, oh, this is some good shit. I've been known this is good shit. You're fucking preaching to the choir over here, bro. You're not showing me nothing new, bro. Like, I've been known my shit was dope. Not to sound cocky or anything like that, but it's just like, I already know who I am. I already know the kind of music I make. So I'm not looking for any type of validation or fucking cheerleaders. Like, this is really, and I'm not saying I have those. I'm just saying from the people that do like my shit, they know, and shout out to them, because making music isn't easy, especially when you involve other people. Other people have different ideas, personalities, what they want to do, and that's fine. But me personally, it's all about the art. It's all about the music. What do we want to do to further push the culture? And I feel like I do a really good job of blending in like trap with underground with like some kind of newer shit. I feel like I really pioneered it, and like I'm really owning it in this album. Like, we have Special Forces and Macarena. Those are like really underground tracks. And then Draco, Carbon Fire, and 9 are like really trap. So you have like half and half underground and trap, which I always kind of like, I'm very conscious of that. I want to do that. Like, I want to blend the styles together. I never want people to kind of be like, oh, well, he's just a trap rapper. He's just an underground rapper. I'm just an artist, and I'm going to give the people the art. Like, you see that painting right there? I don't know if you've ever fucking paid attention to this. I made that painting. I have painted that shit, bro. It took me probably like a few days to do that. Just doing the background alone, I probably spent like 3 paint sessions, and then like, the rest, it was like really like detailed oriented. So it took a minute. It probably took me like, I don't know, like around 6 hours to do it, probably. Something like that. I don't know. I never really, like, when they say like it took me a whole month, it took me a year, like, no, it's just like, I don't know how long, I don't really care. It was just kind of like I did a few paint sessions, and then that was that. You know what I mean? Art to me isn't something that once you gotta rack your brain on and you gotta spend fucking eternity doing. I mean, I don't know, man. To me, it's just, that's not how it comes together for me. Like, it just comes with a quickness, just boom, boom, boom. Like, I get it done. Like, now I'm writing and recording 3 songs at a time. I'll write 3 songs, record 3 songs, do it all record it all in like an hour. I could record like 3 songs in an hour, bro, if I wanted to. Ad-libs and everything, I could do it. I've done it before. With Special Forces, I think I want to say I recorded all 3 of them. I think I want to say I recorded the first 3 tracks and then 9 I did later. So, it's not nothing new. I'm not reinventing the fucking wheel. I mean, there's artists, I think that like Westside Gunn, I think he's recorded a whole album in one night. I mean, I wish I could do that, but me, I'm just kind of like not really there. I want to sharpen my own sword and do it my own way. If you could record a whole album in a night, then hey, fucking that's crazy. But me myself personally, it's kind of a bit much, you know what I mean? So I don't want to gas myself out. I just kind of want to do as much as I can and create a vibe and an energy and just go from there. I don't want to make a whole album that has highs and lows. And I feel like Westside Gunn has a lot of those where it's like there's some really good songs and then there's really like what the fuck is this? Like I could take three of his albums, like 3 just random albums of his, and cut it all down to like 9 tracks, and that'll be like the best Westside Gunn album, bro. I swear to you. Like he really has those albums where I feel like if he just cut some songs and recorded new stuff, better stuff, he could have made like another Fly God, another what's my shit, Hitler 2 or something like that. But everyone's different, you know what I mean? I've been seeing women getting these like BBLs and fake titties and shit. I see it so much on Instagram now that anytime I see like a natural girl with like natural little titties and a cute ass and shit like that, it really makes me appreciate that, bro. Cause like seeing gargantuan fucking melons and just big old fucking GMO fucking booties and shit like that, it really is like every girl looks the same now. Every girl looks like a fucking Bratz doll. And I really feel like a lot of artists, a lot of women fuck themselves by getting all this plastic surgery just to look good. It really doesn't look good, bro. Like, I don't want to name them, but like the biggest ones is like Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj, bro. Like if you've seen them before the surgery and after, you're like, what the fuck? Like, how is this even the same person? Like, why? Just why? Was it really all worth it? Getting your fucking ass inflated like a balloon and your titties fucking shot with Botox or whatever the fuck they do with these women's bodies. It just doesn't look good. And it makes me appreciate natural women, because a woman's beauty, like, God didn't give you 5 fingers on each hand just for you to cut them off. Like, God didn't give you what you got for you to fuck with it. Like, and that's the beauty of women to me. Like, women, if you are blessed with with a beautiful ass and big titties and shit like that, that's great. God bless you. You know what I mean? That's how God made you. But when you fucking, slice your chest open and put water balloons in them shits, it's like, what the fuck, man? I don't understand. I really don't understand what women are doing now. And I feel like it's just because women are held to such a high standard of beauty. Like men just want fucking like Barbie dolls and just and also women hold themselves up to that. Like there's a lot of women that want to make themselves look like fucking like a whole Barbie kit or something, like a whole Bratz doll, like all kinds of dumb fucking makeup, fake hair, fake ass, fake fucking everything, bro. Fake nose and all that shit. Now you're going into Michael Jackson territory. Now you gotta relax, cause women are beautiful the way they are. They don't need all this extra shit. They don't need, like my pop told me one time, like some people just need extra salsa on their tacos. And it sounds fucking dumb, but that's what it is. Some people want to do the extra mile, do extra shit, and it looks extra fucking weird, in my opinion. So I feel like women should chill the fuck out and just appreciate themselves. Like Dick Gregory said, like, just get in front of the mirror and get naked. And thank God that you're beautiful, because ugly is a bitch. That's hilarious. I love Dick Gregory. Rest in peace to the homie up there. I've been I'm Mr. Nine Times. I sneak around. I do my little. I creep around, whether it's in the street or the internet. But on the internet, I've been seeing like some of my old high school friends and stuff like that, girlfriends to be specific, and some of these high school friends of mine, they aging like milk. Some of them is getting overweight. Some of them is turning into strippers, hoes, OnlyFans enthusiasts, fucking what is it, curators of the cooch and things of that nature. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. Life just happens to be funny in the way that the ball moves in terms like me, like I lost like 80 pounds. I started the podcast, do the food reviews, the game shit, Pokemon Go. I make music. But I was already in the process of doing that. Like I was already in the music, like figuring it out, doing the music in high school. And then now it's just kind of like where it is. Whereas like, I knew this beautiful girl and she had a banging body to me. I mean, she wasn't, like the most voluptuous or whatever, but she was pretty smoking to me. And now she looks like a fucking Krabby Patty, bro. She just looked like if they stuck the pump, the thing in it, and she ballooned out. You know what I mean? And it's not just one. There's a few girls that happened to, and I feel like a lot of my high school friends are like aging like milk. The girls. And hopefully they'll get their lives together. I get it. We're all young. We're all dumb and full of fucking whatever the fuck it is. But I don't know, man. Y'all should just take care of yourselves better, man. I mean, I'm not even happy with like my whole like weight situation and shit like that. I still want to drop like another fucking 40 pounds. You know what I mean? I want to look like, what's his name? Matthew McConaughey out this bitch, fucking have pectorals and shit like that, running the beach like Baywatch, what's his name, David Hasselhoff, you know what I mean? But, I'm still working, I still love to eat fucking foods and shit like that, but I mean, I guess I really shouldn't judge anybody because I was once in that position, but hey, I mean, if you want to live your life, live the way you want to do it. Who the fuck am I to judge, you know what I mean? I just have an opinion when it comes to like unhealthy and like, like obsessive, grotesque habits in your daily life. And speaking of grotesque lifestyles, I was in the store paying for, whatever, bananas, apples, pajamas. And I'm fucking just waiting around in line. And then there's this fucking lady that turns around. She's like, excuse me, I'm homeless. Do you think you could spare any money? And I'm like, what the fuck? I look at what she's buying. She's buying lotto tickets. And I'm like, well, what a fucking great way to spend your money on fucking lottery tickets if you're homeless. Listen, if you sleep on your sister's couch or your cousin's couch or whatever, you're not homeless. You got somewhere to go. Like, I don't know what it is. She did not look homeless to me. She just looked poor. And if you're fucking poor and you got a house, don't tell me that you're homeless. Unless you're sleeping on the street, in a park, under some fucking bridge somewhere in a tent, you're not homeless. So I was like, what did I tell her? I think I told her that I didn't have any money or something like that. And then I look in my wallet and I did have $1. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If she's homeless, who am I to judge? Maybe she just looks like a good looking homeless woman. I don't know. Right? So I'm like, here you go. Like, I'm like, here you go. Here's $1. And she's like, oh, no, thank you. I'm like, you sure? And she's like, yeah, thank you. And then she left. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go up so the cashier is ringing me up and I'm like, bro, did you see what happened right now? And he's like, well, I'm like, the fucking lady told me she's homeless, asked for $1. Try to give her $1. She said, no, thank you. I'm like, what kind of fucking first world bullshit is this, bro? Like, if I thought you was homeless, but you don't, okay, so whatever, right? Like, that just fucked me up. I was like, where are we in the world where people ask for money, don't take it, but you homeless? Fucking stupid situation. So panhandlers are on the rise. I mean, Skid Row just gave permission for everybody to just be on some homeless shit. I don't know what it is. And we're not even in LA, bro. We're in the Old Town. We're far fucking away from LA. We in the IE, baby. It's a whole different world over here. Don't be coming up to me that you're homeless when you're really staying in like a fucking 1-bedroom fucking room with your fucking, mom or something like that, with your kids and all that shit. You're not homeless. You just don't fucking got nowhere to go. And another thing, while I'm at the store, this fucking dude got 2 legs. He's walking around. He's just fat. Just keep it real. He don't want to walk. He gets on a fucking scooter and he goes shopping. Listen, bro. Get the fuck off the scooter. You're just some fucking lame fat fuck that wanted to hop on a scooter because you're too lazy to walk and get your groceries. Get the fuck up, walk through the store, get what you need, and get the fuck out like everybody else. Somebody with a fucking fucked up foot or fucking walking around in a cane, somebody who got leukemia and all that shit, they really need that shit. But you walking around able-bodied, 2 fucking legs, 10 toes or whatever the fuck, and you just an obese fat motherfucker who thought it was cool to just use a scooter because they got him there. Listen, don't even get me started with this shit, bro. This shit has got to stop. People out here are really on some fuck shit. I don't know if it was because of the fucking post-pandemic or people are just fucking lame, but that shit was lame to me because you're literally saying, okay, well, if there's any handicapped person, fuck them. All right, fuck if you got a fucked up leg, you can't walk right, you don't have good balance and shit. Just fuck them, you know what I mean? They could just go around mosey-wosey ass, wumpty-dumpty ass, handicap fucking, whatever it is, walking around the store like, bruh, you're a dickhead, bruh. You literally walked in the store, got on the scooter like if this was fucking Disneyland and just went shopping. That's bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's all really I wanted to talk about. I wanted to keep it light. We done talked about all this dark shit, malefic Illuminati shit, you know what I mean? I wanted to keep it some cool shit this episode, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out the next moves, like what the next move is going to be as far as like the music shit and everything like that. I'm having like a fucking midlife crisis with like the whole thing, because I don't know if I want to keep going with the Game of Serbs Pokemon Go content, even though I have just made a bunch of new videos. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. That's life. You're going to figure things out. Not everything is going to be, in front of your face. Like, not everything is going to just happen. Like, you just got to work for it. And I think that's just what I need to do. Just plan. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. I told my dad that. And I made a new slogan. Helping hands handle the hazards. Shout out all the hazards out there, but we're not talking about gang members. Helping hands handle the hazards. And with that, this is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.